It's always fun to watch Wolverines highlights, but especially when they're coming off a national championship. This is our big stat, fueled by Gatorade. And as we prepare for the NFL draft, a lot of Michigan men expecting to hear their names called. Here's what it looks like in the modern draft era, just all time over that time frame, various programs around the country and how many players they've had drafted. Michigan well into the top 10 there on this list. 289 players in the modern draft era have been drafted from the University of Michigan. And that brings us to our big interview with the leader in sacks from the Michigan Wolverines, and an individual who not only statistically on the field was spectacular, but also all Big Ten in the classroom as well. That is Jaylen Harrell. And Jaylen, you've been getting ready for the National Football League. You finished the season. You're doing the All-Star Game circuit. You're doing the Combine, all these other things. It can be a bit of a whirlwind, man. How's this whole process treating you?
It's going good. You know what I'm saying? Our season went long because, we was a national championship and whatnot. But, it's been great. You know what I'm saying? After the season, I went straight to training down in Florida. They got ready for the All-Star Game, the Senior Bowl. Then after that, I had to get ready for the Combine and Pro Day and whatnot. So it's just been a constant grind and constant, just continuing to get better every day.
And the Senior Bowl specifically, that's a game with so much history behind it. It's probably the most renowned postseason All-Star game. How exciting was it when you got that invitation?
It was real exciting. Something I dreamed of, just going out there competing with the best of the best and just showcasing all your abilities for the top personnel, just battling with the good people around the country.
And one thing that you become known for throughout your career at Michigan was big plays in key moments. And we remember the moment that closed the show against Ohio State as you guys capped off your third consecutive win. It was the Rod Moore interception, but your pass rush in that moment, what you did to pressure the QB, was a big part of that as well. And scouts are going to see that on film. Take me back to that moment. Break that play down for me.
That play there, so we had like a little stunt. So both ends crashed. Me and Braden both crashed. And the D tackle was just wrapping around for contain. So kind of took a couple steps up the field, sold it inside, and then kind of just, he had to get out the way. So I had to run him over. Then he kind of held me a little bit, so I was falling down. And then I was trying to do my best to affect the throw. I feel like I did.
And you guys, especially your recruiting class coming in, you've been a group that's now been able to 3 years in a row take down the Buckeyes, and you cap it off with that national title. The expectations that you had individually coming in, I remember reading a bit about a recruiting visit that you took the last time Ohio State had defeated Michigan, and just the feeling you had in that moment, seeing the Buckeyes leaving the field victorious. And it seemed like you were a little bit kind of convicted in that moment, thinking you could be a part of what would come in and change things. Take me back to that moment and what that mentality really kind of developed in you.
Word. So, coming back, what was it, 2019 when I came to the Ohio State game, I was playing in the big house, seeing us. Well, obviously, we lost and whatnot, but I could just feel the culture. I could just feel like there was more to be done here at Michigan. I feel like our 2020 recruiting class could, be a part of something special. And I feel like we did that.
And the NFL process right now as it plays out here, I'm curious because you have gotten to get interviewed by a variety of teams. You've gone through workouts multiple times at this point. What are some of the things you're hearing about scouts? What sense are you getting for how they're viewing you right now?
Teams like me. I feel like everyone likes you, but do they love you? You know what I'm saying? So kind of just got to get a gauge. But right now, I feel like, everyone likes you of some sort, but you got to, navigate your way and to find the teams that really love you.
And as you go through this process, a lot of times teams are not only breaking down the film itself for you as a football player, but trying to get a sense for how your career ended up developing. And one thing you went through as a defender, you had 3 different defensive coordinators throughout your time in Ann Arbor as well, playing with the Wolverines. Is that the type of thing that you think can become a positive for you as you transition to the NFL?
Most definitely, start out with Coach Brown. Then we transitioned to Coach Mike McDonald, excuse me, and then Coach Mentor. Those last 2 coordinators I had, they were a very big pro scheme. So I feel like, playing in those, the similar schemes, really the same scheme, just really prepared me for the next level.
I was reading a bit about just the impact that your mom has had on your athletic journey, how sort of effervescent she is as a sports fan, how energetic she is about a variety of things. Give me a description of your mother, and in what ways has your mom ended up impacting your football journey?
My mom, she's my everything. You know what I'm saying? She's very passionate in football as well. It's kind of funny. She always watching NFL Network or always watching something about sports. Like every time I come home, she got something on the TV. You know what I'm saying? She's just very energetic. She loves the game as well. And she's just been such, integral part of my life. And I just want to do everything I can to repay her.
And your dad, of course, played professional football, had a pretty lengthy career in the NFL.
Right.
Does the knowledge that you've gained from that and from his journey, does that even add and enhance the confidence you have in going through this process?
Definitely, always get a couple pointers from mom and my dad. Like you said, my dad went through his process a long time ago, but you know what I'm saying, he's got some knowledge. He's been around the game a lot. So, I always like to, keep my ears open.
As you helped lead the Michigan Wolverines to a national championship, the Alabama victory was one thing, but there was a Tampa connection that the nation got a glimpse of as well that I think kind of gave people a unique look into your personality, your character after the game. Kind of a stolen moment where Michael Penix, after you guys had battered him around throughout the game with that exceptional pass rush you guys had coming from Ann Arbor, you made sure you chased him up the tunnel essentially as he was kind of leaving the field, holding his ribs, and he had his face draped in towels. But you wanted to make sure that you took that moment to just kind of share some congratulatory sort of exchanges with him after the game. I know you're both from Tampa, but what went into that decision for you to do that?
You know what I'm saying? We both from the same city. He had a hell of a year, Heisman caliber year. You know what I'm saying? It was just best to go pay my homies. You know what I'm saying? Just show, like, tell him it's gonna be all right. Keep your head up. Just keep putting on and keep doing you, buddy.
When you were growing up as a kid, I mean, all of us as athletes, I know you played hoops and other sports as well as you were growing up. I think baseball also. But, as football became your journey, and I would imagine there was probably an NFL team in particular that you were most passionate about growing up. Who's your favorite NFL team?
Probably go with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Okay.
We had a lot of down years, but when we had Brady come to the city, we were able to put it together, bring home a Super Bowl. So definitely the Bucks. There's been a lot of up and downs with them, but you know what I'm saying? Definitely grew up a Bucks fan.
Okay, so you were, even in those down years, before Tom Brady showed up and they weren't winning, you were actually willing to stick with Tampa and be a Bucks fan during that time?
Yeah, I was with them. Josh Freeman's, you name them, I was with them. Through the bad and the good.
I can definitely respect that. And the draft weekend itself, as it approaches here, really around the corner, just days away right now. Where do you plan to take it all in at? How are you actually going to view the draft? Where will you be?
Probably going to be around the Tampa area or so. Probably get a little Airbnb or something like that. My close family, close friends and whatnot. Just be together as a family and friends and just take it all in, like you said.
And give me a sense for what you think it'll feel like when you do hear your name called draft weekend, as much buildup as there's been to this point, once you actually hear your name called.
I feel like it'd be like a big sign of relief. Well, it's been a long, lengthy process these past few months, and just hear my name called would just feel like, a little sign of relief. But I know it's just only the beginning, and it's gonna be time to get to work as soon as I get my name called. So it's gonna be fun in the moment, but I know right after that I gotta get ready for minicamp and whatnot. So celebration's gonna be over pretty quick.
Yes, it's certainly a quick turnaround. There's no doubt about that. Before I let you run, Jaylen, just you and some of your other Michigan teammates, I mean, there's a potential for some historic numbers being put up for how many of you guys end up getting drafted. Is that part of the conversation right now for everything you and a lot of your fellow Wolverines have accomplished up to this point? Are you sort of hoping that a lot of names get called and you sort of etch yourselves in history together that way?
Oh, definitely. I hope all my brothers get drafted. You know what I'm saying? That'd be great, breaking the record for the most guys drafted from the school, like I said. So I'm saying I'm hoping the best for all my brothers, all my teammates. So I'm looking forward to it.
Jaylen Harrell, all Big Ten, both on the field and in the classroom. Really appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.